What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 6. Happy Tuesday. It's the Middle of the Table podcast. So, hope you guys are having a good week so far, and we got a lot of stuff we want to cover today. So, there's a lot of different things we want to touch on, and we're gonna just touch on recruiting in the college life. So it's kind of broad, but we're gonna kind of dive into detail on certain topics. And we both were collegiate athletes, Dartmouth College, Indiana State University. So we have a lot to say about, just our experiences in college. So let's just start off this. I know there's a lot of high school athletes watching us right now, so I think we should tell them what are some easy steps, or not easy, but what are some good steps to go in terms of getting recruited to college if you're playing a sport in high school.
That's a good question. I guess it does vary across sports. Every sport is probably different. Like track is probably different for him versus rugby. But the recruiting process for rugby is basically like, it feels more like you have to know people. Like you have to be in the rugby community. You have to be in tune with the rugby coaches. Like when I was in high school, I really wanted to go to an Ivy League. I didn't really want to go. I wanted to go to Penn State and Dartmouth. That's when I started to learn more about the schools. But you do have to do your own research and, look into the schools, figure out where your friends are going, what they do. If you know anybody like in Penn State, that's where I wanted to go. I wanted to go to Penn State. So I would ask girls who are already there, like, what's your experience like? Do you like it? And I would literally directly look up Penn State rugby, who is the coach, and email her directly. Obviously, I ended up going to Dartmouth. Thank God, because I am so grateful for my experience. But you do your own research in terms of reaching out to coaches. And obviously, like I said, if you're attending those tournaments and those meets, they'll find you as well. How is recruiting for you in high school?
I think it was So wait, let me just back up. So did you take any visits besides what visit did you take?
In high school, I went to West Point. That was terrifying. I didn't want to go there because it felt, obviously it was militant, but it was it was dark. It was not very friendly. It wasn't a positive place where I wanted to be. It was just militant. What can I say? They woke up at 6 a.m. every morning.
Fit right in.
No.
That sounds like you.
Shoot. Well, not being screamed at by some alarm thing. I don't remember what was happening. I just remember waking up at 6 a.m. unpleasantly. And then...
You did that on your visit?
Yeah.
Oh, they went through the whole... Oh.
The whole thing. And if you're a freshman, you have to walk with a fist and
Where is this?
West Point. Freshmen have to walk with their heads down.
Where's
and have to have their hands in their fist in New York.
New York?
Yeah.
That's
it was crazy. And their mess hall where they ate dinner was just, it was huge. Oh my God, that was a whole Harry Potter. It reminded me of Harry Potter. The campus is also very beautiful. Very, very beautiful.
Is Ivy League?
It's not Ivy League. It's military. It's the best military school in the U.S. pretty much. And you go to college for free.
Yeah.
You're you get all the benefits of being in the military, but it was not for me. I wanted a pleasant college experience. And also I don't want to be in the military. Let's just be for real. Especially with these past whatever American that's another story. But yeah. Did you go on any visits?
Yeah, I went on visits. I mean, for me, I think I only took 4 though. So there was a max of 5 back when we probably were in college, but now it's unlimited visits. But I went to...
What? There was a limit on how many schools you could visit?
Yeah, I went to... 5 was the max.
What? How would they know?
For official visits.
Oh, okay.
That's when you can, let's say... So, I went to high school in Indiana. Let's say I want to take a visit in USC.
Yeah.
So, the official visit, they'll fly you out, hotel, all that paid for.
Oh.
But for unofficial, you have to... you can take as many unofficial visits as you want. You just have to pay for travel, hotel, food.
Oh, I see.
All that stuff. So, yeah, for official visits, now you can take as many as you want. But when I was getting recruited, I only had a max of 5. And I went to University of Michigan, Michigan State, Indiana State, a local college called Marion College, kind of smaller. And I think I only took 4. But, yeah, so... Which one was my favorite, I'd say? I mean, you would think I would say Indiana State because I went there, but.
Did you go on an official visit there?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you even need to because you live in Indiana?
I just went because I guess the point of the visit was because see what the dorms were like, see how the classes were like, what the team was like.
Oh,
so
right. So you have.
I definitely took spend the night.
Yeah. Okay.
But no, my favorite visit was either it was Michigan for sure.
Really? That school is massive.
Michigan and Michigan State's massive.
Oh,
Michigan is,
There's a difference.
Yeah, Michigan State Spartans, the green school.
Oh,
and then
right.
Michigan State or Michigan Wolverines,
okay, that's which one is the blue and yellow?
Michigan. That was my favorite though.
That's great. I can see you going there. Oh my god.
No, it was good. I loved everything about it.
Why didn't you go there?
We'll get there. So the football game was good. But what?
You could just tell me.
All right. Well, I think it was just because it was too big, and plus Indiana State offered me more.
Okay.
Because since Michigan's out of state, it would have been like $50,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. Who's about to pay that? Like, who's about to pay that?
Do they offer a scholarship?
That's with it.
Oh, okay. Well.
So no, yeah. So it just wasn't it. But no, like each college visit for me was different. Like Michigan State, I mean, they took me to parties. That was their way of like recruiting. Yeah, I mean, Michigan was just like I don't even remember what we did, but it was we went bowling, football games, dinners. It was top of the line. Like it was. Their facilities really just speak for itself, though. So, but no, Indiana State though was my last visit, and it was. I just think the support I got is what really brought me to want to commit there. The coach. Coach Bertoli, Coach Angie, like all of them, they were like super supportive in terms of like the Paralympic side of track. Because obviously like there's a school side, but then once school ends, I'm doing para, so it's like they were supportive of each, and they made it where I could actually do both at the same time, and that kind of is what drove me to Indiana State. But in terms of the actual visit, it just, I mean, it wasn't really, it wasn't it. I was sleeping on the couch. Like I was just why? That's just where they had me sleeping. I was sleeping on like my host's couch.
Interesting. Great way to bring in a newbie.
Yeah, so I mean, and plus the city Terre Haute, it's not the best at all. Everyone knows it there. It's not the best. So it just the people is what really made me commit though. Not the environment. The campus is small, but the people is really like, I don't think I would be like as successful if it wasn't for like all the people there. So I make great friends. Coaches are still in contact with them. So I'd say it's definitely like that for me. But that's almost the opposite of you because Dartmouth campus is beautiful.
Beautiful.
And like everything like drove you there, and you had a great visit too. So.
Yeah, great people. Besides like West Point though, I went to many other schools like Westchester. That's like also like one of our local schools. That's where Autumn went actually. Westchester. Huh. Yeah, but it's just again too small. The rugby team wasn't that good. Honestly, at Penn State, so that was my dream school. I went there for a visit. The girl was mean. She literally like I was sleeping on her floor.
See?
And like I had
her floor.
Her floor. I had like a project due or something, and like she like said I could use her laptop, and then I used it, and she got mad. It was just a lot of drama, and I was like, oh my god, I'm definitely not going here. And they ended up not even giving me a full scholarship, so it was just it was not it for me. And I went to Dartmouth, like what the heck? I went there. I mean, I did get a little like. They kind of, obviously they want you to come to your school, so they're going to put you in the best spaces to be in. Like I had this one, like Esther, she was a black girl. She was one of my hosts kind of, but she took me out into the nightlife of like, where all the black people hung out, literally like at Dartmouth. And I'm like, oh my God, there's so many black people here. Mm-hmm. So then I got to the school and then you realize like, that's really it. Like all the people that were there, that's it. So it was like, I kind of felt, a little bamboozled in that sense. But Dartmouth is also like really isolated in the middle of absolutely nowhere. like I knew that going into there, but once you live there, you realize like, dang, like Walmart's like 20 minutes away. There's no Ubers. There's no Uber. You don't Uber anywhere, and you're just literally in the woods. It's kind of creepy. Like our campus is woods. Like we have our own like we call it Bema. It's just this big open like it's actually kind of scary, especially at nighttime. But like it's pretty culty too. But I love Dartmouth. I'm like glad I went there. The school is beautiful. I also went for the people. Like they were really nice. The community, again, I went back last weekend. Still super generous community. Like I'm glad I went. And I got a great alumni network. Like some really good people have been there. Obviously, it's Dartmouth. It's Ivy League, like obviously. So yeah, I mean, but how did you like go about recruiting? Like, did they reach out to you?
Yeah, so I'd say it was a little bit of both. I'd say. I mean, for me, as a high school, I was just sending out emails to everybody.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll admit it was definitely copy and paste.
Right. Oh, for
like,
sure.
Yeah, like it was definitely copy and paste, just sending them to any and everybody.
Marketing ourselves early.
Any and everybody, but like I wasn't big on social media, so it was like if I were to go back in time and I was recruiting like now, I think it'd be it's so different now. I feel like versus 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Cause I feel like all you really need is social media
to reach out to coaches.
Like if you're Instagram, like if you have some like
that's the new huddle.
I mean it is, yeah. Like if you have your highlights, times, like all that stuff, just DM a coach and like they'll get back to you.
True.
Or even if you DM like someone on the team and be like and just go that route or something.
That's
but
true.
like there's different ways. So I was just emailing though, like literally just email or I'm trying to think if there really was any other way that I was actually going about it. But I think it was really just email. So it worked. So just I think I was just emailing different schools in Indiana, IU, Purdue, of course, Indiana State, of course, and then just like the bigger schools in the Midwest, Michigan State, even like Kentucky, Louisville. So all these schools, I was just like shooting out emails, and then whoever like got back, and I was actually interested in the school, I would take the visits. But I'm trying to think what year this probably was junior high school, so I was actually good. So it wasn't really hard to get real interest. So I mean, thankfully, like I was doing well on the track in high school, so it's not really hard to.
Yeah.
It's not really hard to get noticed if you're actually just doing well. Like they come, all the coaches come to your state meets. I don't know what it's. Well, rugby might be a little different because isn't it mostly clubs in high school?
It's only club, but that's how they recruit.
Oh, that's true too. But
yeah,
so I mean that's kind of what it was. And then you just commit whenever. But I'd say the easiest ways nowadays, just like I said, like DMing coaches, emailing coaches.
Reaching out to people like us, like do you get DMs from people who are younger than you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like asking like, oh, what was your experience like at Dartmouth? Like reach out to people like us. Like that's why we're here.
Visit the college.
Yeah.
Literally show it up. Like if you just go in person or like let's just say a school's having a track meet, go to the track meet. All the coaches are there and they'll talk to you.
Yeah.
They want to recruit. Like their job is to recruit and bring people in. So
go to games too. And meet.
Go everything.
I remember this one girl, I was at a game with like Mount St. Mary's, and she was like, she came up to me first and she was like, oh, I really want to go to Dartmouth. Like, what do I need to do? I think she was in high school. She lived in the area. And she's like, what I need to do? And I'm like, my coach is right there. Like, go talk to her. She was talking to her. My coach got her email, and they just exchanged emails. Like, that's the easiest face-to-face in person. It doesn't get better than that. Like,
it happens all the time. Like, in person, like, is really the best way to do it. Even if you go to like bigger track meets, like let's say like you go to bigger collegiate track meets, like let's say at nationals even, every school has a coach there. So if you just walk around, introduce yourself, just be good at talking and like have your like results to back up for it, it's gonna go well. Like there's no way they're gonna turn you down unless they're like busy or something, but that's the way to do it. So in person, email, DM. If you know somebody, if you have a friend on the team, use them as a resource. So, yeah, I mean, I really do think recruiting for like a collegiate sport now, about to be 2025, it's getting easier by the year. It really is. So, they're so easy to get discovered by coaches. So, Coaches are much more on social media, I say now.
Yeah, that made me think about NIL though.
That too. That's way.
Were you in college for that?
Yeah, but like track does not. NIL is for like, listen,
Football players.
football, basketball,
Yeah.
or other individuals who are just like out of this world, social, like on terms of like their presence on social media and like stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I mean, track was never really about that NIL stuff, but it only just came into play where it's like you can make your own money on the side now.
Yeah.
But you weren't getting big deals though.
No, but I remember like not being able to like host a camp, a rugby camp or something because of NIL. Like I couldn't. What else? There was something else I wanted to do. Just like if I wanted to reach out to brands, I felt like I couldn't because of NIL. Definitely. And that was kind of like stifling. I'm like, I worked so hard to be an athlete. I got myself to this point, and now I can't even monetize. It's actually kind of crazy. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad that has been unveiled for everyone who is now in college.
Yeah, they're making money now.
Take full advantage of the opportunities. Like reach out to brands. There's
local brands too. Like even when it comes to NIL, reach out to like your local restaurant or local store, like just stuff like that. Like that goes a long way too. So
yeah, there's so many platforms. There's this one called Mogul, MOGL. It's pretty big, like with collegiate athletes specifically. So that's one that I use, and if that's a more specific thing you can use.
Actually, that's true. Actually, I did have the Nike deal in college. I forgot.
Did?
Yeah, so that came. Wow. I know. Oh yeah. That
Is this legal information to be released? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, I'm just playing. It was probably back then, but yeah, it was my It's kind of ironic how everything worked out, but it was my senior year of college. Literally last year, not even that long ago. I think last like a year ago today almost. Like it might have been October, but it was a year ago. So our school, I think I've mentioned this before, but Indiana State is an Under Armour school. And early last year, Nike reached out to sponsor me. But they didn't want to sponsor me as like an Indiana State athlete. Like it wasn't like that. It was because of a Team USA athlete. So it was a little bit like dicey because of the two different brands. So, NIL was very new and Nike hasn't done that many NIL deals at the time. So it really took about 7.5 months for like the deal to really get finalized, that's a long time. Mm-hmm. Like that's a very long time for an NIL deal because it's not like it's this long document. It's a little shorter, so it's not like a pro deal. So yeah, it really was, going back and forth with the I forgot his just the people in the administration like who know the rules and stuff like to keep me eligible to run track at the school still. So going back with them all the time, like going back to the Nike people relaying the information to them. So it was a long process, but yeah, it was senior year of college, and thankfully like they just made it where it really was just like a Team USA based. It just so happened I went to school at Indiana State, so it worked out, and that was probably my biggest deal I've had. Still with Nike now, so yeah, that was cool. That's kind of my first and I guess only taste of NIL, to be honest. Like that was really it. But it was, it was cool at times. It was also kind of stressful because like since my school is Under Armour, I can't wear all the Nike stuff I get all the time. So
that's so weird how that worked. Like
yeah, I mean, but then I ended up moving out to California 2 months later. So
oh, that makes sense.
This was literally last year, like a year ago. So it worked out, but and then obviously it's just normal Nike from when I moved, but yeah. And at that point when I moved, I forewent the rest of my eligibility for collegiate, so I can't run college track anymore, which is cool with that.
Yeah.
But
what was your day-to-day like in college?
In college? Yeah, it was honestly it differed by year. Like freshman year was different than sophomore and junior, but I'd say like when I was wrapping up, like in senior, like most recent last year, I'd say it depends how you schedule your classes too, obviously. So yeah. I'd wake up. I'll admit, breakfast wasn't always good. That's the thing about college too. For me, the meals were not the best because like
Noah loves a good meal. If it's not good, he won't eat.
it's
He
true.
will literally not eat.
Or I'll have to do something to it. But yeah, like in college, like I had a kitchen, but it's just like the time sometimes. Like if you're doing a 7 a.m. class and you just gotta go. Like sometimes
No.
that is who's about to wake up at.
I am the complete opposite. I will not start my day without breakfast because I
Whoa,
know I need
whoa!
energy.
I didn't say I was gonna start without breakfast. I'll just get like
if
a
you
little.
go to class, then you start it without it.
No, I'll just get like a little smoothie or something.
Okay.
But that's not my definition of a good breakfast, though. But this is what I got energy and time for.
Okay.
That's what can I say? So yeah, like really, it's just I'll do something quick, go to classes most of the day. Come home. I'll do like a basic lunch really for me, and then practice, which takes it was about 3 to 6. Practice, lift, go home, and dinner. Like that honestly was on repeat every day. But it was fun though because like you're with your friends, you're living with your friends, you practice with them. It's way different from the life we live as a pro athlete, and we'll get to like the differences in a second. But it's like when you're in college, you're around most of your friends. If you're on like a track team or like a rugby team, like you're around most of your friends all day. Practice, eating with them, sometimes living with them. So for me though, my days were pretty repetitive. It's really just class, practice, or hanging out with your friends. So that was college for me though.
The same. Lots of I felt like I couldn't really. I always felt like if I didn't have enough time, I never had enough time to like fully study and understand my academics. Like I was taking economics at the time and Chinese, and I did not have enough time to like really study before I had to move on to the next thing. It always felt like that, like because I've always had practice and I always have lift and gym, so it was like in the morning. Okay, I wake up early. I'll start studying, but I can only study for like an hour. And once I get into it, it's like, okay, once I finally start understanding, it's like, okay, I gotta move on to the next thing. So it always felt like I was like never fully, like I never had full hours to like just study. And that was the only thing I really disliked about like sports. It was just annoying. But I did have like the weekends and like off days that we had. I would just take like 4 hours to just completely study and like try to understand everything. So that's the only thing I didn't like. But on a day to day, like I would wake up at like 7 a.m., do my routines. One time we do have this thing called drill, and that's when you take a language. You had to be there at 7, so I had to wake up at like 6.
Well, how many times a week was this?
That was every day.
Every day.
Every day, except one day of the week. So it was like 4 days a week. You had to be up, but I'm a morning person, so I like being up early. So so I did that that's like freshman year. You have to have drill, and then sophomore year, I think you still have drill, but you have to go less days. But like as it goes up, you get less days each time. I mean, less days each year. So I had that early in the morning. That already had me up. I would go back to like our big dining hall, study, and like eat breakfast. While I like studied, and then I would have probably like lift in the morning as well. So it was either that, I don't know, something like that. Then class, then lunch, then class again, then practice. Then after practice, I would sometimes study, but once it hit like 9 o'clock or something, I stopped studying. It was a really
that's not even late.
No, it was a really early time that I set for myself because I had to wake up early, so I needed my full sleep. I did not play about my sleep in college, y'all.
That's good.
I was not going to be that kid who's up until 1 a.m. studying for exam. No,
that
not
kid
me.
Up until...
Seriously, it was not going to be me. I was like, I can't do it. I'm going to get my rest. If I have to wake up early, I would wake up early. But I could not like study past like 10 o'clock.
Do you miss it?
College?
Yeah, like the college life.
No. Like, I loved Dartmouth, but I would never do it again. I would
Really?
not do it again. No. I did not like living in New Hampshire. That was the big thing.
That
for me.
Obviously we don't.
That was
we know
terrible.
that. Like, let's say like if you were gonna get your master's, would you want to live
No.
near campus?
No.
Or just do it
because I could go back to Tuck Bridge or like business school. That's like one of the best.
Yeah,
business
you wouldn't go like in person?
No, I wouldn't. I do not want to live. I don't know. Like I think about it now. Like now that I'm older, will it be different? Will I enjoy the peace and serenity of like the open space and the forest? Maybe.
It would.
Would you want to live there?
Where in
New
New Hampshire?
Yeah.
No, that's not even a question. No, I would not want to live in New Hampshire. Like Indiana it steps up from New Hampshire for sure.
In terms of
Everything.
states.
In terms of everything.
Well, we have good air quality in New Hampshire,
But in terms of.
And we're blue.
I can't. Indiana can't say the same thing. Yeah,
I just always have to win. I always do.
She got that one. Indiana's not blue.
New Hampshire.
It was the first red state to be announced, actually. But yeah, it was honestly in terms of the in-person like atmosphere at college, Indiana State specifically. I think it taught me a lot though, because like I was living alone for, a decent amount of like that time, like living alone, like having to cook for yourself. Like there were times where I didn't have roommates. So it was like that taught me how to like live more independently and do stuff on your own. So I like that. I like living alone. I'm not gonna lie, it was good for me. So other than that, it really just depends on what city you live in and what big city you have nearby.
Yeah.
So
That's true. Because we would like go to Boston, but also my school was small too. Like my graduation class was like, I don't even know. I don't even want to say a number.
like
but
10.
Huh?
Like 10.
No, it was like hundreds.
Yeah, all right. But I mean, cut that out. But it also depends on the friend group you have too. I'd say.
Yeah.
Like that makes or breaks your college experience.
I did an extra 5th year, and most of my friends left my senior year. That was my worst year. No, I didn't do a 5th year. I took a year off, so then I had to stay an additional year. So all my friends had graduated, and I was by myself. I had to make new friends, but it was sad because I spent all my 4 college years with them there. Then they graduate, and now I'm like, oh my god, I have to make new friends now, or talk to the young girls, like the younger girls on my team, which is fine, but they already had their friends. They were already connected. So it was just weird, and I spent a lot of time by myself, which I actually enjoyed, especially as I had more time to study. I noticed that less friends you have, the more time you have to be productive. Is that just me?
That's true. I mean, there's just less distraction, like less hanging out.
Oh my god! I'm like, nobody's texting me to come to this place and that.
I don't believe that. I'm not buying that.
No, I literally have one friend.
Listen.
Maybe 2.
I don't think there was ever There was really a phase where you just didn't have nobody. You were just bored.
I wasn't bored.
Maybe not bored.
I was studying. I was always in like a really nice study space. Dartmouth is beautiful. There's so many nice study spaces where you can just go and just learn.
I saw your vlog on that too. You toured Dartmouth.
Yeah, and I made lots of videos in my room by myself. I had so much free time to just enjoy my studies and enjoy Dartmouth. I think my senior year was that. Just enjoying studying. I really did a lot of that, I would say. Yeah. So
then how would you compare, like, let's switch gears. How would you compare, like, your college life to, like, your pro athlete life living in Cali?
Ooh, well, this is much better because I have a house and Noah, and I have friends too, but it's like I don't feel as like constricted and tied to my friend group as much as I did in college before, because I don't know how to explain it. Like, I'm not obligated to do anything, you know? I'm obligated to go to work and come home, and that's it. Like, I don't have any real like ties. I don't know. In college, I just felt obligated to like always like be with people or be with my friends and stuff like that. Here, I'm just, oh my God. I see my people at work, and then I come home and I decompress, and I like that. Yeah, that's a main difference. And I realized once you get out of college, I don't know if this is the same for you, but you always feel like you have to be doing something. Did you
don't in college?
Yeah. And then like
Well, there always was something to do.
Right.
Always was something to do. Whether that's class, study for class, practice, recovering, eating, or whether you're hanging out. Like there was just always something to do in college, which wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But it's just different than now. I mean, way different.
Yeah. Then after college, it felt like if I'm not doing something, I feel like I'm not being productive.
Oh, I see.
I had this conversation with some of the girls at the ceremony when I went back to Dartmouth, but they felt the same way. Like they always feel like they have to be doing something, or they just don't feel like they're productive, or that's why it's kind of hard for me to relax. No one's good at relaxing though.
Listen, it's my off season now. She's in season, so obviously I'm going to take my time to relax.
As you should.
We talked about this in one of the other episodes, but she does not relax, like, ever.
I
wakes up at the break of dawn, up and
7 a.m. is not the break of dawn.
It's the break of dawn right now. Like, always moving, hustling. Now, it's a good thing.
Oh, my God.
But she thinks if I sit down for, like, 5 minutes.
5 minutes?
It's
5 hours.
It's off season. Like, I was training for, like, a year straight.
No, I get it. I do.
You don't get it, but like I'd say for me though, that is still one of the biggest differences because actually her practices take longer than mine, but for me it's like 3-4 hours and that's it. So then after that,
oh my God, that's a good point.
Yeah, like after that I'm recovering, which you do too.
No, I recover, but we're 9 to 4. No,
you can't recover.
I do recover. My boots are right there. Well, you're 4 hours a day. Wait, that makes sense. So Noah's season is basically like he doesn't get any breaks. He trains 6 hours a week, but you only train 4 hours a day.
Well, no, I train. Let's say this. I don't practice typically 10, so it's like 10 on the track practice is 10 to let's say 12:30, about 2.5 hours, and then we'll go to lunch, and then we'll go lift for about an hour. So yeah, it's pretty short. I mean, it's track. All we can do is run and lift and do random stuff. So like, it's not meant to be long, or else we're gonna get hurt. Shin splints or whatever the case is. So it's meant to be, do your workout and leave. Y'all are doing you have to practice passing and running and tackling.
We're also a team. Like he's not a team sport, so we have to do team. We have meetings because we have to meet as a team and make sure we're all on the same page all the time. And so we have 2-hour meetings. But basically, I go in from get in at 8:30 for breakfast. I wake up at 7, go in at 8:30 for breakfast.
Wake up at 7. Listen, she act like we live an hour away from the training center.
I have things to do in the morning, like my morning routine, organizing my to-do list for the day, making sure I read all my emails and WhatsApps.
When she wakes up, I wake up. So I'm just like, listen.
And then you go back to sleep because you have time.
Yeah, a few hours later,
well,
it's 11 o'clock. So I end up going back to sleep.
That's good. By the time you wake up, I'm back.
It's different schedules to an extent. She practices longer for sure, but it's like, I guess my life now that I'm not in college, now that I'm not like doing in-person classes, it's just like, I don't know. All I really have to do is focus on track, which comes with its pros and cons. But you really do have to have hobbies. We've talked about this before. Like, you have to have hobbies if you have so much free time, I'd say. But, now that we actually do have a house, though, cooking can be my hobby. Like, there's just, collecting shoes, I'd consider a hobby. I don't know if she does, but I consider that a hobby.
Sure. It is.
So yeah, I mean, you just gotta keep yourself busy, I'd say. So.
And you're off, and you're in your free time, in your off season.
And free time when you're in season too.
Yeah.
Like weekends and stuff. But yeah, so it's like, and I have friends out here too, but a lot of my college friends are far away, like Indiana, Wisconsin, Tennessee, like way over there. So, I mean, I've heard.
Yeah, we're besties.
That was the most fake hug. They know it's fake too. They know it's fake.
I'm just kidding. I love you dearly.
Yeah, they know.
We're literally best friends, and we only hang out with each other because we don't have much time. Well, I don't have much time outside of practice, honestly, to do anything.
She doesn't. She
Like,
comes home,
I'm exhausted.
recovers. Yeah, makes sense.
Let me finish telling y'all about my day. So I wake up at 9. I already told you. Wake up at 7. Breakfast at 8:30. We have a meeting at 9 for about an hour. Then after our meeting, we have to warm up, and then we get on the field and we do our speed session and a mini skill session. After that, we go to lunch. After lunch, we have gym and another rugby session. Then I have to recover, which includes saunaing or ice bath. Sauna and ice bath. And I get in the Normatec boots. So that is like my whole day. And then I have to come home and watch film. So my whole day. And then I have to have dinner. And Noah sometimes cooks dinner.
Sometimes.
Okay, Noah cooks dinner every day.
Right, that sounds about right.
Sometimes we eat at 7:30. And I haven't eaten since 12:30.
She's saying that because that happened today. She has a little recency bias.
I was starving. I was so out of energy by 7 o'clock. I couldn't even move.
Listen, you can't rush food sometimes.
We have to start eating dinner earlier.
You can't rush food sometimes.
Listen,
sometimes like this, when you're recovering, and then we were doing some uploading on the podcast and stuff, time just flies. By the time we looked up, it was like 5:45. And when you're cooking,
I was starved.
When you're cooking, get a snack. Get a snack.
I don't have any more snacks. Oh my God, that's also a big thing. I have to eat snacks in between. I guess it's not really a big thing, but my nutritionist tells me to eat snacks in between lunch and dinner because of like such the big gap. So I do have to have like some beef jerky or a turkey stick, and you have to have snacks in between.
Besides meat, what are some other stuff?
I don't know. I think that's the best thing you could eat. Like
some applesauce little things, go-go squeeze.
Go-go squeeze.
Trail mix.
Trail mix. Nuts are good.
Bananas.
Peanut butter. I will have a spoonful of peanut butter sometimes.
And I'll applaud her on that. I'll give her some credit. She does not like any unhealthy snacks, cereals, desserts, foods, and that's good. She's making me better. Candy.
And don't get me wrong, I'll have some here and there, but no. Mainly, no.
Which is good, because if you're an elite athlete, your nutrition and your diet is what's important.
Yeah, the food is killing us, okay? You can avoid diabetes, high cholesterol. What else is there?
Oh, there's all sorts of stuff.
You can avoid all of that just by having a good diet, and that's important to me because I want to live long, and I want you to live long.
Thanks.
So stop eating that crap.
Okay.
And buying
whoa.
Frosted Flakes. It's poison.
Frosted Flakes. Okay, listen. If the worst thing I'm eating is Frosted Flakes, I feel like I'm doing a pretty good job.
Yeah, no one doesn't do.
I don't drink soda. Okay, no. You're about to. I'll say it. I don't drink soda.
Nope.
I don't eat that much candy. I don't. You got the same amount of candy as me today. I don't really eat that many sweets, to be honest. So it's like, the worst I'll get is the occasional, I don't even like chips.
I like chips.
I don't even eat chips, honestly.
Well, salted kettle.
No. Shit.
What chips?
I'm going to tell on you for a second. So last week, or whatever week it was, she DoorDashed a bag of Doritos.
I needed it. I was on my period, and I needed Doritos and sour cream.
Yeah, but it was needed. Listen, you're talking about. I get you were $10 for a bag of Doritos. That just didn't make sense to me. So, and she's talking about me.
I ate the whole bag sitting there. Yeah. I needed to have that.
But I can't have a couple sweet tarts. Like a little pack of sweet tarts. But she can DoorDash a bag of.
Y'all, I was really on my period and I was craving a snack. So I'm not gonna lie, it's not like I don't eat nothing. You really exposed me. Yeah, because you DoorDash a bag of Doritos and you're getting on me for Frosted Flakes. A box of Frosted Flakes is sprinkled throughout your month. One bag of Doritos is one bag of Doritos that day. That box exits my body the next day. This box of Frosted Flakes sits right up there above that refrigerator we got a month ago. It's still there. Do you see me DoorDashing a box of this, a box of that? No. Nice try. I get it. You did catch me at a low point. You thought you were about to just catch me off guard on this podcast to everyone. I'm not perfect, y'all, but I am close to it. We have our cheat meals too. No, well,
Actually, when we go out, we don't even eat bad when we go out.
No, we don't. We make sure we have our protein,
Seriously.
and vegetable.
Like tomorrow, we're planning on going out and we're gonna have lamb, mashed. Now that I'm thinking about it, I do want something a little more
gourmet, unique, exquisite.
Just meat, potatoes, and asparagus.
Yeah, I always get like a salmon, mashed potatoes, and rice.
That's all she gets. Cheesecake Factory, salmon, mashed potatoes, and whatever.
Yep.
If we go to we can go to Nobu, salmon, mashed potatoes, and broccoli. So I don't know. Listen, I don't know.
But you know what he likes? Big Back mac and cheese with lobster. You
want to also tell him the story where you almost threw up at practice for eating all that mac and cheese?
Oh my God, yo! One time,
you're right.
Okay,
yeah, tell him that too.
I was eating at the center, which is the athletic facility that we train at, and they have a dining hall, and they have some mac and cheese, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get some mac and cheese. Like, it's the center, I can trust that the food is healthy. And y'all, the mac and cheese was so good. Yeah. I literally had to go back and get more. Mind you, me, Sue, and Nia, we were all sitting together. We all got a plate and just ate all the mac and cheese. And we had to train. I literally threw up. We had to do conditioning.
Could never be me. Can't relate.
I literally threw up.
Can't
it was
relate.
Disgusting, and I was like, I'm never doing that again.
Imagine.
I ate past my limit. You're only supposed to eat until you're satisfied. I ate past my satisfaction point. And
who eats mac and cheese in the middle of
nasty?
In the middle of the day when they have practice.
My stomach was.
Let alone playing rugby.
It was so gross, y'all. I was embarrassed, but it's fine.
But she's getting on me.
My stomach had acid reflux. Hey, you live and you learn.
She's talking about I'm a big back in terms of mac and cheese, and I don't even eat mac and cheese.
The biggest of the backs.
Oh please, nice try. I think I'm the healthy one now.
No.
I think
okay.
I think the tables are turning.
Stand on that. I love that. I want healthy competition.
I am, especially when I get into. And here's the thing too. She's forgetting. I'm out of season. That matters. No, that's not an excuse. That's a reason. That's not an excuse. That's a reason. Listen, here's why I say that. I am just enjoying the freedom of not being on a strict diet because I'm not competing. I'm not training.
I get it. I do that too.
And she doesn't get it.
I do.
So when I go back in season, that's different. You won't see me eating candy. You won't see me eating cookies. I don't even. Let's talk about we ain't gonna talk about the cookies.
Oh, I made 4 cookies.
So listen, when I'm in season, when we're both in season, I think this house will be the healthiest house.
No, I agree. And we eat healthy for the average.
We do.
For sure.
Oh no, I think we eat way healthier than the average person.
Yeah, I did get my blood work back today, and they said my cholesterol is high. That means that I've been eating a lot more butter and like red meat and like fatty food. It's the red meat. I've been eating beef every single day this week, and I noticed that. Yeah, and I was like, wait, I've been eating a lot of beef, and then comes to find out, I get my blood work back today, and they're like, girl, too much cholesterol. But that's an increase in like butter. We do have buttery breakfasts, I feel like, because I make pancakes pretty much every weekend. And
she makes,
eggs. We do use a lot of butter. So we're going to have to cut back on the butter and use avocado oil instead.
Which we do have.
Yeah, which is what my nutritionist said. And I think we can do that. Because I don't want to have high cholesterol. That means my arteries get filled and I can have a heart attack. Yeah.
Let's not. I'm sure I'm the same boat as you because I eat what you eat.
Yeah.
And you know how to do CPR?
Yeah.
You do?
I'm certified. Do you?
I'm glad you're certified. But here's the thing though. I think we also need to just switch up on. Well, actually, we've been doing pretty good. But I was going to say like just the different types of foods we eat. Because most times we'll buy like ground beef and chicken and you can do like 4 different things with each. Yeah. But it's like, I don't know. And we've been doing good though. There's some meals where we do our thing. So it's just the variety of meals sometimes. I think it matters because I don't want to have to get tired of the food we eat because we have to eat. That's the thing. So
we do eat a lot of like broccoli. We eat broccoli every single day.
Which I would never get tired of broccoli.
Me neither though. Like I love broccoli. Never get tired of broccoli. And like it's either ground beef or chicken that we have. Like it's literally it.
Typically though, so here's kind of what like a meal for us looks like. So besides the protein, because she just said like chicken and beef, that's what we do. We'll have like I guess like rice potatoes, or pasta.
Yep.
Those are typically like the carbs we have, and then we literally just have broccoli.
So it's either rice, potatoes, pasta, and then broccoli or chicken and ground beef.
Yeah, and it sounds so terrible, but we do a lot of different things with all that. So
yeah, we put different flavors. And
we do. Like chicken, we can do all sorts of stuff. We make chicken parm sandwiches.
Oh yeah.
Barbecue chicken, lemon pepper chicken.
Yeah.
We've done more
White
too.
sauce, red sauce, shrimp. We've done shrimp.
Oh, shrimp. Yeah, we've been doing that. We made this great shrimp,
shrimp
linguine or something recently. So, and
good.
then with ground beef, we're starting to learn. It's just like you can only do so much with ground beef. It's like
ground beef is diverse.
Listen.
You can make pastas, lasagna, burgers. That's it.
Yeah, I mean or just ground beef or taco soup.
Oh, tacos.
But like ground beef over rice. But it's just like, I don't know. It doesn't really.
It's giving hamburger helper.
It doesn't really move me. So,
shepherd's pie.
Yeah. So for the new year though, I think we're gonna do better.
Yeah, we're gonna throw some salmon in there.
We used to do that.
Yeah, we used to have salmon. Noah doesn't really like salmon. I don't think he knows it, but do you know?
I don't think she likes salmon either.
I like salmon. I love salmon. I love a good salmon, rice, avocado, and what's that orange sauce?
Orange sauce.
Boom boom sauce. And some boom boom sauce on top.
Where is that from? Is that a Philly thing?
No.
Boom boom sauce?
Boom boom sauce is like, I don't know how to explain it. It's just good.
I don't know.
But yeah, it's good. So that's my favorite like go-to meal, especially.
We've had that like twice.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Salmon, I like cooking it.
Yeah, it's good.
Do I like eating it?
Your
No.
salmon is good.
Wait, what?
Your salmon is good.
Oh, that's what I thought. Thank you. That's what I thought you said. Thank you. But I don't like eating it. I don't. It's just something about it. I don't. I used to like it a lot, but I'm not. Or fish tacos, I'll do. But just like grilled salmon. Nah. In college, I ate it every day. So just eventually, I just get tired of it. Same with pasta. She loves spaghetti.
I love spaghetti.
I don't.
Delicious.
I don't. Now, so yeah, nutrition really does matter though. Or, I mean, we could always go to the center and eat there.
Yeah, we could. But we decided to cook here because it's actually more appetizing. And their food is pretty repetitive as well. It's just like, and it's unseasoned.
Their food is not. And plus, too, their options aren't really, like, she doesn't eat pork. So, like, sometimes they'll just have pork.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's just not the move. So if we have a kitchen, we might as well utilize it. We're always going to have some type of groceries in there. So it doesn't take long just to cook. She thinks it takes long, but
sometimes
when you're hangry and impatient, I guess it may seem like it takes a long time. But yeah, I'd say we just, yeah, I mean, I don't mind cooking. I really don't. So.
No, we hit 45 minutes.
Oh,
yeah. Sheesh.
So we've been talking for about 50 minutes.
Literally. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching our podcast. I'm glad we could have these great chats with you and great conversations. And there's so much more to come. So send your questions. Let us know what you want to hear more about. We love engaging with y'all. And make sure you subscribe. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and what else?
Everything. So we are... I mean, a lot of people don't understand this. We are on every single platform you can get all your podcasts. So, like, Apple Podcasts, you can find us. Spotify, you can find us. iHeartRadio, you can find us.
Yeah.
Amazon Music, you can find everywhere. So, you're watching us on YouTube here. So, subscribe. Every Tuesday, we drop an episode. So,